So the first part of our DoodleBot is the motor. We're going to attach it to the craft stick. So you're going to get your craft stick and your motor. Notice that you have the axle is the little bit sticking out and the copper bits at the top. Those are going to be important. You want those facing out. It's also important that the axle sticks below the craft stick. So that's what's going to make it spin. So you want that to be accessible, sticking out from the craft stick, and the side without the copper bits there needs to go against the craft stick, not facing out. Alright, so you got your copper bits facing out, axle at the bottom, and now it's time to tape it on. So you're going to get a piece of tape big enough to wrap at least once all the way around. A little bit extra won't hurt anything, so you want it to be nice and secure on there. Wrap it nice and tight around. Make sure you do not cover the copper bits. See how the copper bits are sticking out? That's where we're going to attach the battery leads, so you need to be able to get to those. So you want to tape it onto the craft stick, axle at the bottom, copper bits at the top. Alright, we're going to take that craft stick and the larger of the two holders, we're going to slide that on through the slot. And then we want to get the battery holder, and you can gently pull the leads out of the way there, and you'll see the positive and the negative symbol on there. You need to line that up with your battery. So we have the anode positive, cathode negative. We want to line that up appropriately on the battery holder and snap it in. Once you've done that, we're going to place it on the craft stick. So you're going to kind of sandwich that cardboard holder between the top of the motor and the bottom of the battery pack. And then we want to tape that on. So again, you want to get enough tape so it can wrap at least once around where the battery is in the middle there, because we're going to need those leads. So just push it against the motor. You're going to sandwich it there, and then wrap it around your craft stick and sandwich that in tight so it's not going to go anywhere, and you're going to wrap it around. Okay, now you're going to get the smaller of the two holders and slide that one on. You can kind of push it down to the top of the battery holder. And then you're going to slide the markers from the bottom through the holes there. You can leave the caps on for now. We'll take those off in a little bit so it can draw. And then you kind of, when you pinch those together, we're going to need to tape that. So you're going to get your tape again, either your masking or your duct tape if you have it. And you want to get a piece big enough to wrap all the way around the ends of those two markers and your craft stick a couple times ideally. Make sure not to get the leads caught up in there because we're going to need to attach those. Okay, so now it's time to attach the leads. And you'll notice on the wire, you want to kind of bend it so it makes like a little hook. Very gently bend it, you don't want to break it off, but the little exposed part of the wire, we want to gently bend into a little hook. And then we're going to hook that into the hole on one of the copper leads on the motor, and then the other one on the other lead. So that's going to complete our circuit, and we'll turn the motor on. And if you put your finger against that axle, you'll feel it spinning in one direction. But these motors are actually bipolar, meaning that when you switch the polarity, the positive and negative coming into that motor, which is represented by the red and black wires here, then it actually turns the opposite direction. So many electrical components are not bipolar. Like a light emitting diode only allows current to flow one way, an LED light. That's what the diode part means. It will only allow the current to flow in one direction, but these motors are bipolar, so it can flow in either direction. Okay, so now you can take the caps off your markers and make sure that you have some paper down so that you don't get marker all over the table, and you can test it out. You may find, like I'm having right here, where there's something underneath or the creases on the paper in the way, so just straighten out the paper. If it's on a crack in the table, just move it around. If it isn't standing up quite right, or it's sliding down the tips of the markers, you might need to put a little tape on the underside, like I had to here on the blue marker. So kind of play with it until you can get it to sit upright. So when you're done with it for now, you can just pick it up from the top, detach one of the leads. You could detach both, but detaching one disrupts the circuit, so there's no current flowing through. And then you can just put the marker caps back on so those don't dry out for when you want to use it the next time. And when you want to use it again, you'll just reattach that lead and uncap your markers.